I still remember that night like it just happened yesterday. I had just left my friend's place. He lived way out in the countryside, about an hour from my house. Most of the drive back was just endless farmland, stretching in all directions. It was past 1 a.m., maybe closer to 2, and I was exhausted. A part of me wanted to crash on his couch, but I had work in the morning. Skipping wasn't an option, so I kept driving. The road was empty. Nothing but the hum of my engine and the faint music playing to keep me awake. I barely had to touch the steering wheel. It was just a straight shot home. That is, until my headlights caught something up ahead. I squinted, trying to make sense of it. A backpack, just sitting there, standing upright in the middle of the road. I slowed down, my tires crunching against the pavement. For a second, I just sat there, staring at it. Why the hell would there be a backpack in the middle of nowhere? Something about it felt off. Maybe it fell off someone's truck? Or maybe not. Either way, I wasn't getting out to move it. Instead, I carefully pulled into the opposite lane and drove around it. Weird, but whatever. I kept driving, shaking it off, but not even 5 minutes later, my headlights picked up something else in the distance. A motorcycle. It was parked in the middle of the lane. No lights, no blinkers, nothing. If I hadn't had my high beams on, I might have hit it. I slowed to a stop behind it, hesitating. The bike looked like it had been through some damage, scratches. A dented gas tank, but I couldn't tell if it was from an accident or just old. More importantly, where was the rider? I honked. Once, twice. Silence. I peered out the window, scanning the empty fields on either side. No movement, no one running toward the bike. No one at all. Something about it felt wrong. I wasn't about to wait around to find out why. I eased around the motorcycle and hit the gas. My pulse was racing now. And the exhaustion that had been weighing me down earlier? Gone. I just wanted to get home. But then, just a minute later, I had to hit the brakes again. A man was standing in the middle of the road, waving his arms. I stopped, my heart pounding. He looked rough, dirty clothes, cuts on his hands, messy hair, and then he smiled. It wasn't a normal smile. It was wrong. Hey, did you see a motorcycle back there? He asked. I hesitated before nodding. Mind giving me a ride back to it? I didn't answer right away. Something about his voice, the way he asked, it felt off. Your bike break down or something? I asked. He paused, too long. Then, yeah, ran out of gas. But if he ran out of gas, why would he want me to take him back to the bike instead of a gas station? That's when my eyes drifted past him. Something glinted in the moonlight, just beyond the tall grass in the field beside us. I adjusted my angle, squinting. A car. It was deep in the field, nearly hidden in the crops. A wreck? No, it wasn't just some abandoned car. The back windshield was shattered. And suddenly, I knew I had to get out of there. Slowly, I reached for my window controls. The man's smile faltered as the glass slid up. His expression changed. His eyes widened. Then, his mouth twisted into something furious. He lunged, slamming his fists against my window. I floored it. My tires screeched as I sped past him, gripping the wheel so hard my knuckles turned white. In the rearview mirror, I saw him standing there, watching. Then he turned and sprinted toward the field. I grabbed my phone and called the police. Later, I found out that when they arrived, the motorcycle was gone, but that car in the field? It wasn't empty. Someone was inside, but not alive, and it wasn't a car accident. The police suspected the backpack, the motorcycle, and the man were all connected. A setup, a trap. I don't know how many people he tried to stop that night before me. But I do know one thing, if I had let him in my car, I probably wouldn't be here to tell this story. I still don't know exactly what that man was planning, but I know I came terrifyingly close to finding out. The thought still haunts me, how easily I could have been the next victim. Maybe this was just a random act of violence. Or maybe he had done it before, and would do it again. So if you're ever driving alone at night and you see something strange on the road, think twice before stopping. If you enjoyed this chilling story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Scary Horror Podcasts for more terrifying tales. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a new episode, because you never know what horrors might be waiting in the dark. Sweet dreams, if you can sleep tonight.